Now on CoastTV News.
Gun law backlash.
The law's got contradictions in it.
Delaware's handgun permit law hits legal roadblocks as gun groups say the new permit law is unconstitutional.
Milton development fight
should not happen. That would help us slow down.
The soil, the wells, and the traffic neighbors say can't be ignored.
Latino business growth.
They take pride in what they do.
Sharing stories of success in Georgetown.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
This complaint could delay Delaware's new gun permit requirements. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight, Delaware's new gun permitting rules could be put on hold before they even take effect.
A law requiring permits for purchasing handguns is supposed to happen November 16, but gun rights groups statewide say it's unconstitutional and they're challenging it in court. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson live in Lewis. Brandon, those groups claim Delaware has failed to create the infrastructure needed to issue the permits.
Maddie, businesses like Best Shot, who sell guns and handguns, say they have seen a major increases in both handgun purchases and safety classes, but for the wrong reason. They too say the purchase to permit law is unconstitutional, but other people we spoke with say nowadays a purchase to permit law is needed.
Delaware's new handgun law now under fire from groups like the Delaware Sportsman Association and the Bridgeville Rifle and Pistol Club.
So the law's got contradictions in it, and it's just not ready at this point.
The groups against the state claim Delaware failed to create the infrastructure needed to issue the permits. President of the Delaware Sportsman Association, Jeff Hagg, says the temporary restraining order filed isn't just with hopes of delaying the law by a few weeks.
That's to stop the implementation because the state's not ready, and they're doing things that are illegal under the existing statute.
Both the Delaware State Police and the Delaware Department of Safety and Homeland Security denied to comment on this story, citing the legal case.
We spoke to a number of people off camera here in Lewis who say they would be for permitting anyone purchasing handguns here in the state of Delaware.
In the case against the state, plaintiffs claim the portal to sign up for a permit was still inactive as of late October.
Our numbers are through the roof.
Jennifer Hagan is a co-owner of Best Shot, a gun store and range in Lewis. She says she can tell her customers are feeling the pressure from this law.
We've been incredibly busy based on everyone being a little worried that they now have to have a permit in order to purchase a handgun.
People who already have a valid Delaware concealed carry license are not required to apply for a separate handgun permit, according to the Delaware State Police.
As of now, that November 16th date for Delaware's purchase to permit law is still going into effect, but next Thursday, a judge is reviewing the temporary restraining order that gun associations throughout the state have put against the state, and that judge could then delay when this law goes into effect. Live in Lewis, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Right now in Delaware, if you want to buy a handgun, buyers must simply be legally eligible under federal and state law, meaning no felony convictions or other prohibiting factors, and they must purchase through a licensed firearms dealer and pass a background check.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what's most important in a gun permitting process.
Let's take a look at the results from last hour, and we can see 86% still very dominant say background checks, 2% say training, 6% say quick approvals, and 6% say privacy protection.
We have a comment from Ed in Dover who says, I complied and have gotten the permit to purchase. It was fairly easy to get.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that at coasttv.com or the mobile app, and we'll update you at 11. On your screen now is the land where a property owner wants to put 21 houses on Burton Road. That's just west of Sandhill Road in Milton. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken live there. Emma, the development got the green light today.
Maddie, this is the 24 acres of land behind me here. Probably can't see it super well because it is very dark, but it is an open field called Tapachi Farms. And Sussex County Planning and Zoning unanimously voted today to approve 21 houses here on this land. The commission saying that under Delaware law, it's permitted use. So the courts say if it's code compliant, it essentially cannot be denied. But people who live here on Burton Road say the traffic this development could bring to their rural road will pose issues. Neighbors say their land here already cannot retain water and say this development will be a safety hazard.
If the wells were poisoned by septic, then it would probably be sick kids, and we would be wondering over time that our kids are getting more and more sick. Is it the drinking water? Do we have to filter it? We would have to get it tested more often.
People here on Burton Road even created a website called SaveBurtonRoad.com and put up yard signs in opposition. And Planning and Zoning did say that additional environmental testing will be required here. Reporting live here in Milton, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Emma. A barren field with dozens of homes just a step away, the city of Lewis wants to turn this field into a forest. Coast TV News reporter Drew Bellinger shows us how the proposed preservation could help keep the area intact.
On your screen now is almost 20 acres on New Road that the city of Lewis wants to turn from an empty field to a forest. The city of Lewis says it will cost 10% of the estimated total cost of $80,000. That's approximately $9,620 to $10,940 from the spring of 2026 through the fall of 2028. The rest of this project will be covered by the Delaware Forest Service, according to the city of Lewis. Khalil Saliba, deputy mayor and councilman for the city of Lewis, said this proposal is not just about preservation, it's about protecting the land.
This is one of our short-term projects that we are going to apply for, fund, and plant trees here that will help mitigate flood and other issues for the surrounding communities.
Elizabeth Grove lives in Cannery Creek just across the street and is all for the project.
So having the trees over there absorbing the water, if that should ever happen, is just, yes, it's very comforting. And so we're all for this development.
Saliba said that in order to move forward with the plan for what's in store for this almost 20 acres of land right here to my left, a grant must be issued to and approved by the Delaware Forest Service. He said he's hopeful over the next couple months that will be sent to the Delaware Forest Service, and if approved, planting will begin in the spring of 2026 and continue through 2028. In Lewis, Drew Bellinger, Coast TV News.
Let's take a live look into Lewis. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams has a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you. Well, as you could actually hear on Drew's story, the winds have been howling all day long, and it continues to be the case for us because it's just breezy no matter where you go. But things have died down a bit for us for the nighttime hours, but they'll pick back up again once the sun pops back up over the horizon. 63 degrees in Lewis, but take a look at the winds. From earlier today, we were looking at 40-mile-per-hour winds that were recorded throughout central portions of the county and the Delmarva Peninsula. And then on top of that, on the outside or outskirts or the beaches, we have an active gale wind warning in effect until Thursday morning. This is talking about 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and it's whipping around from Lewis Beach, Bottom Hills, Ocean View, South Bethany. It's also in effect for the folks in Ocean City, down towards Chincoteague, and even on the other side of the peninsula, places like Cornersville, Cambridge, Oxford, as Thomas and Madison. Still, it's very breezy there, and it looks like the winds are going to be unrelenting for the next couple of days. Fortunately, we're not dealing with any precipitation thus far. We have a trough just to our northwest, but that's not necessarily going to bring an opportunity for rain because of that. We are still concerned about the cold that's on the way. This is just the chill side of things with temperatures in the 50s, but the winds howling between 15 to 20 miles per hour. It's going to feel a bit on the chilly side. But get this, Maddie and Charlie, we're going to go from a fall-like comfortable chill to a downright revisit of how winter might feel.
Paul, thank you. A potential agreement between Wicomico County and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has stalled. Last night, Wicomico County Sheriff Mike Lewis said he's no longer pursuing a 287G agreement, at least for now. Lewis says a memo sent out by Maryland's Attorney General last month is the reason. In simple terms, it says that the way Wicomico County was attempting to carry out the partnership is not legal, so they're pulling back, and that decision has led to varying reactions across Wicomico.
Part of the reason why they were prohibited from moving forward was because of actions like our group, our coalition that has been pushing hard.
I feel like it is a failure because, all we're trying to do is protect the public. And right now, I think the sheriff's hands and law enforcement's hands are being tied. My hands are being tied in order to be able to do that.
Wicomico County Sheriff Mike Lewis says he is looking at other options. He says he's even considering taking legal action against the state of Maryland if necessary.
A driver was rescued Tuesday afternoon after being trapped in a crashed car off Burton Road. That's according to the Lewis Fire Department. You can see some pictures here on your screen. New at 6, the town of Ocean City just announced that Boardwalk Rock will not return in 2026. The town says it wasn't for lack of effort, but a variety of challenges made it difficult to deliver the same high-quality experience that fans have come to expect. Now, the town of Ocean City says the Boardwalk Rock will be back in Ocean City in 2027. We have more on this on CoastTV.com.
And we are just getting started.
A Sussex County farm honored with the 2025 Environmental Stewardship Award. What the farm won for.
And if you're going to be golfing for tomorrow, it's going to be breezy and it's going to be burr to a great certain extent, but more sunshine and more cold wind. But then we're going to go from this cold wind to cold all the way around with your long-term forecast.
But first, a Latino small business tour, what business owners shared about their journeys when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Latino businesses in Georgetown started with big dreams, and now Latino entrepreneurs are coming together to share how they built success from the ground up.
Coast TV News reporter Nicole Richter shows us how the Latino Small Business Tour highlighted those stories of perseverance and community.
Community members and elected officials walking in and out of Latino businesses in downtown Georgetown.
I think that the Latino community, the businesses that I've been working with for the past 4 years, have so much to offer.
This was all as part of the Latino Small Business Tour, organized by La Plaza Delaware, a nonprofit organization aimed at helping Latino businesses grow.
They love their families. They love their community. They work really, really hard. They do quality work, whether it's a restaurant or a plumber or a carpenter or a builder. They take pride in what they do. And all of those things are lessons for the rest of us.
Each stop offered a chance to meet the business owners, hear about their experiences, and see the diverse contributions they bring to the community. For Manuel Pedraza, from Caruso's Pizza and Pasta restaurant, his journey started in Mexico, and he says it's all about the mentality.
You have to have discipline, you have to get a lot of goals to reach, and when you reach it, you have to keep moving up, and you cannot stand.
After the tour, people gathered to network and talk, an opportunity to learn from each other as entrepreneurs here in the first state.
Several of the Latino businesses here on East Market Street not only share their stories, but they tell us that they plan on expanding. In Georgetown, I'm Nicole Richter, Coast TV News.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in the First Alert Weather Center with our full forecast after this.
I know this isn't quite a news flash, but here we go. It's been windy today, and it's going to stay that way. But here's another news flash. That cold that I was talking about for next week, Mother Nature's doubling down. It's going to be colder than I initially thought. So there you have that bit of breaking news, so to speak. In Milford, we are in the low 60s. We'll stay that way. 63 right now, though, in Millsboro, Georgetown, as well as Long Neck. And we are under concern for very gusty winds. In fact, gale force winds. That's what we're expecting around the entire coastal region of the entire Delmarva Peninsula. That means we're basically bracing for those 45-mile-per-hour winds to kick in, and that stays in for tonight going into tomorrow morning, and that may be extended because we're keeping a close eye on how this trough and this cold front will begin to slide in our general direction and perhaps add more fuel to the old windy, gusty fire. Take a look at how we were embering throughout the day. 40-mile-per-hour winds recorded in Georgetown, 37-mile-per-hour winds, Ocean City, a couple of other locations, 36-mile-per-hour wind for another location near Georgetown, 30 to 29, 27, 28 mile per hour winds, several locations, so everybody was in on the action. And we still have the winds pushing out of the southwest right now. Currently, we have a 31 mile per hour wind gust that's now just being reported out of Indian River Inlet. Our forecast for the winds staying in the 30 mile per hour to 35 zone for late tonight going to early tomorrow morning. Then Thursday, mid-morning, these same winds will be pushing out of the northwest, and that's going to put a significant chill in the air. Then for Friday, we reverse direction out of the south, but we stay with the velocity of 30 mile per hour winds, slightly lower than that. And you got to remember, we're talking about a 28 mile per hour wind will push your trash can down the street. It takes winds to get up to like 67 miles per hour in order for them to really bother you personally. Temperatures in the 50s, winds out of the northwest, which is that cutting, uncomfortable wind that's going to be present on all the beaches on a pretty consistent basis. So much so that that flow out of the northwest is going to actually push the water out and lower the levels of the water in and around Brock Hill Beach, Prime Hook, as well as Lewis Beach and Rehoboth, where the water levels are actually going to drop a bit. So for Thursday afternoon, we're looking at sunshine and temperatures will drop into the 30s eventually going into Thursday and Friday. And that's not all. Here we go. That's cold.
Yes, it is, Paul. Thank you. New tonight, Glenville Hollow Farms in Bridgeville was honored with the 2025 Environmental Stewardship Award. That's for its work with vegetable row crops.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
On Friday, our game of the night might be Delaware's game of the year. A battle of unbeatens pins Lake Forest against Indian River, with the winner claiming the District 2A championship. The Spartans hope that their senior night ends with a 10th straight victory. Now, this Lake Forest team, if you haven't watched them play, they love to run the ball. They have asserted their will at the line of scrimmage all season long. But Coach Fred Johnson knows that against Indian River, he has to be wary of their offense.
You know, he's explosive. He can run. He's a track runner too. I coach track, and I know he's pretty, pretty fast. We can't give up the big play. Their running back number 4, Handy, another senior. He can, he's capable of, breaking off a long one, and they have a quarterback that can throw the ball. So we just can't give up. We just can't give up the big play. We have to win the turnover battle, and we just have to play our brand of football.
2 winning brands of football, 2 9-0 teams in the kickoff Friday at 7.
In Ocean City, 60 degrees for right now, and we're looking at very breezy conditions. In fact, no matter what part of the peninsula you're on, if you're near a beach, it's breezy like crazy right now, bracing for 45 mile per hour winds because we're still under an active gale wind warning. That's what all the pink around is talking about, so hold on to your hat there. Mike May of Frankfort, you're our umbrella giveaway winner. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. Call 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico, and that's updated 24 hours a day. And be sure you download our app because we're going to have some serious cold that's going to be on the way. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that.
I see it. It's on the screen, and it's like a 30-degree difference in one day.
Big time.
That's something.
Yeah, it is. So there we have it. My apologies up front early. Please do not throw pies at me at the grocery store.
And get that coat, because if you don't, you're going to do that little walk out the door, walk back in,
yeah,
and
you skip the time.
Find it. So.
Yeah, skip the time. Well, thanks, Paul, and thanks for joining us here at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.